Hi, today is week 7 for our distance learning for 2020. I'm going to try to show you how to use factoring to solve equations for a quadratic equation and then how to find those, tie those solutions to our x-intercepts, which we learned about last week or the week before. All right, so we're going to look at this first equation, and you won't have the same thing, so this is just kind of show you what to do. And my first thing is I'm going to do my X box, okay, on my X box. All right, and then I'm going to put um, a small one. Okay, I'm going to put -10 up here, and I'm going to put -3 here. And if you remember, I need factors of 10 that will subtract to give me 3, and that'll be -5 and +2. -5 and 2 is -3. So I have my factors. So over here, I'm going to put my parentheses. It's going to be x minus 5, and then my other factor is going to be x plus 2. Okay, so you're going to see that I have two factors for x minus 5 and x plus 2. So the only extra step we do is we just set each of these equal to 0 because I want to find out when y is 0. So this will sit on that x-intercept. That's basically what we're doing. So then I simply, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to switch to my pen here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is add 5 to both sides, and I'm going to get x equals 5, and then x plus 2 equals 0, so -2 minus 2, x equals -2. So my x-intercepts are -2, 0, and 5, 0. Okay, then look down here. You're going to see that I put a graph on here. Okay, and you can see that I've already put the 2 points. These are my x-intercepts. Since my roots are -2 and 5, that means that my x-intercepts are at -2 and +5. Now, what I have over here is that axis of symmetry, which has got to go right in between the two. So if I count the distance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I need to take 7 and divide it by 2. 7 divided by 2 equals 3.5. So then I want my line of symmetry. That's going to give me my axis to my line of symmetry, which is going to be 3.5. All right, so I'm just going to just going to find 3.5. There's 1, 2. Actually, I need to go from here. 1, 2, 3.5. So my equation is not actually 3.5. Let's go ahead and change that. My equation is 1.5 because 1.5 is 3.5 from -2 and 3.5 from 5. Okay, now what that gives me is that gives me the other point that I need for my graph. What we would have been doing had you been here. Let's see, I'm going to use green. And let's say I'm just sketching this graph, okay? So basically that is how my graph would look. Okay, so basically when you factor an equation, the reason that you do it is so you get those two x-intercepts. All right, we're gonna look at problem 2, and you'll notice that problem 2 has only 2 terms instead of 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rewrite this as, I just need an x term. So since I'm not seeing an x term, then this would be, I'm going to retype this as x squared plus 0x minus 36. Now you might want to recall that this is a difference of squares, but just say you didn't recall it. I wanted to remind you that we could still do it our cross number puzzle. Okay, in this case, then negative 36 is our product, and 0 is our sum. So I would need factors of 36 that will subtract to give me 0. And those factors are 6 and negative 6, because 6 minus 6 is 0. All right, so that gives me my factors. My factors are x plus 6 and x minus 6. Okay, now if you think about putting both of these equal to 0, then you're going to see that the first root is going to be negative 6, because negative 6, let's go down here, because negative 6 plus 6 equals 0, and then this root would be just 6, because 6 minus 6 is 0. Then if I wanted to find those on my graph, let's get a little pen here. Okay, then I would look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My line of symmetry would go right in between those, which would be 0. So basically, whenever 0 is the middle term, that basically means your axis, your line of symmetry, is going to be 0. And so right now, since we're not getting the vertex, I'm just going to sketch my graph. And my graph looks terrible sketch, but there you go. That's the idea. The main thing is I just wanted to show you when you are solving those quadratics, the thing that you're getting are those x-intercepts. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. This time we're going to do these without the graphs. Okay, so in these I'm just going to factor, and let's start with factors of 4. That will give me 2, and I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. I'm going to just go off of my 4, and I need negative 4. Factors of 4 that give me negative 4 are going to be negative 2 and negative 2. So down here is going to be negative 2, and over here will be negative 2. All right, so let's put little 2's on there we go. So those are going to be my factors. So I'm just going to put an x in front of them. Oops, that didn't work out too good. Here we go, let's put it here. Well, that's not going to work. Let's put an x here, and I'll put the x right in front of here. X minus 2. So basically I have the same root, the same problem. So in this case, I'm only going to have one root, because x minus 2, when I set that equal to 0, then I'm going to get that x equals 2. So my solution for this is just one intercept, which is going to be 2, 0. And this one will have the x-intercept on the x-axis, and you're solved. All right, now I'm looking at number 4, and I'm looking at this 4 up here. So my first thing is I want to make this easier. So I'm going to look at all of my numbers, and the numbers are 4, 20, and 24. And what I notice is that 4 will go into all of those. So if I divide all of these by 4, let's underline here. Okay, if I divide all of these by 4, I divide all those by 4, I'm going to get 1, 20 divided by 4 is 5, and 24 divided by 4 is 6. So I'm going to get these for my coefficients. All right, so let's rewrite this problem with those as the coefficient, and I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and get a pen so that'll be a little messy, but I can go a little quicker. Okay, let's see if this will work. All right, so I will have x squared minus 5x plus 6. So my cross number puzzle, I'm going to put 6 on the top. I'm going to put negative 5 on the bottom. So I need factors of 6 that will give me negative 5. And at first I was thinking, well, 6 minus 1, but I need them both to be negative, so they're going to add up. So I'm going to get negative 2 and negative 3. So my factors are x minus 2, x minus 3. And if I wanted to show it factored, then I would put the 4 out in front of it, and I would need to set each of these equal to 0, or see what. So the 4 is going to go out. I don't need that. And I need x to be 2 because 2 minus 2 is 0, or I need x to be 3 because 3 minus 3 is 0. So my 2x intercepts are 2, 0, and 3, 0. So this skill is just like factoring that we've been working on. The only difference is that you're going to set each factor pair equal to 0 and solve for it. It should be rather simple. So hopefully you'll be doing the Google Slides, the Google Slides first, and then I'm going to put a little Google form up there for you to work on. You need to do, it's week 7, so try to get at least one assignment done. And of course, there will be a quiz over solving quadratics with factoring. And good luck. Have a good day. Enjoy week 7 of our distance learning.